Georgia.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the kind remarks of the Senator from Connecticut, the Senator from Louisiana, Senator from Virginia. I would like to ask unanimous consent, if it's okay with Senator Landrieu, that Senator Grassley of Iowa will be also added as a co-sponsor of the amendment, and I appreciate that sponsorship.
Without objection.
You know, the committee did a great job to ensure subprime loans would never be made again by requiring risk retention of 5%. The only problem is they called it on all loans, which meant there would be no mortgage loans. You wouldn't have subprime, you wouldn't have good loans, because you can't make it work with a 5% risk retention. And as I've cautioned all of my colleagues, in the 1980s when the savings and loan industry failed, they had 100% risk retention. Risk retention is not the cure-all to good lending. Underwriting is. The Senator from Louisiana and the other sponsors of this bill are ensuring that people will have incomes that are verified. They're ensuring they'll have ratios that meet the tolerance levels for a qualified loan, meaning you're not borrowing more than you can pay back. They will ensure that there is equity of 20% in every loan made, either through the down payment being 20% or through whatever down payment's made, having mortgage guarantee insurance on the amount above 80 and up to the down payment, which is the way things used to work. In other words, the underlying lender is never at risk for more than 80. More than 80 is made by the borrower, gets mortgage guarantee insurance, which means if there's a default, that insurance is paid immediately, which ensures you that you're making a better quality loan. What Senator Landrieu has basically said is, we're not going back where we make zero down, interest only, all day, stated income, reverse amortization loans anymore. But we are going to make the good old days loans where there's a down payment, where there's skin in the game, where there's an income to debt ratio, and where the borrower is qualified to borrow the money that they're borrowing. The only risk retention will be required when somebody's making a bad loan, which means people will stop making bad loans, which means this bill with this amendment will have truly addressed the heart and soul of what led to the failure of the housing market and ultimately the subprime securities in New York. So I appreciate the chairman's acceptance of the amendment. I commend Senator Landrieu for her original author of the amendment, and I appreciate the time she offered me on the floor today, and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator from